So the first category is simplify fractional exponents type 1. We did do this last time, as you can see in the last assignment, but we'll just do 2 more examples from here so that, I don't know, to refresh your memory, we'll do 2 more examples. Okay, so we're going to express 8 to the power of 3/4 in simplest radical form. So I'm going to draw my radical, and I'm going to put the 8 inside of it. And then, change my color, this 3 on the numerator of your exponent, that's going to be over here inside your radical. The new exponent's inside your radical. And in the 4, the denominator of the original exponent becomes the radical number, so the root number. So now we're doing a 4th root of 8 cubed. And so let's simplify this. We have the 4th root of whatever 8 cubed is. So I'm going to use my calculator to help me out. 8 times 8 times 8. Remember, you're allowed to use calculators. 512. Okay. And then we need to know if this is simplifiable. So in order to simplify it, I'm going to take a look at what root number we're doing. So we're doing a 4th root. So I'm going to check 2 to the power of 4, 3 to the power of 4, 4 to the power of 4, just to see if things fit in here. So let's check 2 to the power of 4. 2 to the power of 4 is 16. And so we can do 512 divided by 16. And let's make sure, does that fit? Does 16 fit into 512? And yes, it fits in. Yeah, it does fit in. So I can rewrite this as the 4th root of 16 times 32. Now you might notice that 16 also fits into 32. So I'm going to rewrite the 32 now. So we have the 4th root of 16 times 16 times 2. So just so that you can remember, if you do 16 times 16 times 2, that would give you 512. So 512 is the same thing as 16 times 32, and then I just rewrote 16 times 32 as 16 times 16 times 2. Okay, and so maybe some of you might be wondering how that happened, but let me pause the video because I see a question. I need to read it. All right, so the reason why we split up 512 into 16 times 16 times 2 is because, here, let me just show you all the work so that we can simplify it out. So 16 times 16 times 2, so the 4th root of 16 times the 4th root of 16 times the 4th root of 2. So we wrote it out this way so that this piece can become 2. So since 2 to the power of 4 equals 16, then we know that the 4th root of 16 is 2. And same with this one. The 4th root of 16 is again 2. And this is just the 4th root of 2. That's as simplified as that piece can get. So then finally, we have 2 times the 4th root of 2. Let me combine the 2 times 2. This part, 2 times 2 is just 4. So I will write that in this spot. So the 2 times 2 that I highlighted in blue became the 4 that I have over here. And then the 4th root of 2. So our final answer is 4 times the 4th root of 2. Sorry that I had to write it over there. I just didn't have space on the bottom anymore. So 2 times the 4th root of 2 becomes 4 times the 4th root of 2. I'm going to pause the video here to see if you guys have any questions. All right, so 4 times the 4th root of 2. 4 times the 4th root of 2. Okay, let's do another one. 14 to the power of 1/2 in simplest radical form. So we have the radical, and I'm going to put 14 in it. I'm going to zoom in because it's a little hard to see. This 1 on the numerator becomes the new exponent. This 2 on the denominator becomes the radical number. So we have the square root of 14 to the power of 1. And we can simplify this. So 14 to the power of 1 is just 14. And then when you have a square root, you don't have to write the 2. You can just write it like this, like a plain, simple old radical. And whenever you don't see the number of the radical, it is a square root. So you can just write it as the square root of 14. And 14 is just 7 times 2. Neither of those are a perfect square, so you cannot simplify this. So you cannot simplify square root of 14. We're just going to leave it as that. So I'm going to type this in here. Are there any questions on this one? I'm going to pause the video so you guys have a chance to ask. All right, so square root of 14. Okay, let's go to the next category.